The alarm bells are ringing louder than ever. Climate change is here and its impacts are being felt across the globe. But what many people don't realise is that our cities, those bustling hubs of human activity, are on the front lines of this environmental crisis. Recent headlines scream of record-breaking heat waves, devastating floods and raging wildfires, all telltale signs of a planet in distress. A recent BBC article highlighted the alarming rate of glacial melt, emphasising the urgency of the situation. These events are not isolated incidents. They are stark reminders that climate change is no longer a distant threat. It's our present reality. While climate change affects us all, its impact on cities is particularly pronounced. Urban areas with their dense populations and concrete landscapes experience what's known as the urban heat island effect. This phenomenon causes cities to trap heat, making them significantly warmer than surrounding rural areas. This excess heat has serious consequences for urban dwellers. It exacerbates air pollution, strains energy grids, and poses significant health risks, particularly for vulnerable populations like the elderly and low-income communities who may lack access to air conditioning and green spaces.
Section 4. When the city never sleeps, light pollution and disrupted rhythms. The constant glow of city lights, while a defining characteristic of urban life, has hidden consequences. Light pollution disrupts the natural day-night cycles of humans, animals and plants with far-reaching implications. For humans, exposure to artificial light at night can disrupt sleep patterns, hormone production and overall well-being. It has been linked to an increased risk of obesity, depression and certain types of cancer. Wildlife too suffers from the effects of light pollution. It can disorient migrating birds, interfere with the reproductive cycles of nocturnal animals, and even alter the growth patterns of plants. This disruption of natural rhythms underscores the interconnectedness of urban ecosystems and the far-reaching impacts of human activities.
Section 5. Infrastructure on the brink. Cities rely on complex and interconnected infrastructure systems for transportation, energy, water and waste management. Climate change, with its escalating extreme weather events, poses a significant threat to these critical systems. Rising sea levels and coastal erosion threaten coastal infrastructure, including roads, bridges and power plants. Intense rainfall can overwhelm stormwater drainage systems, leading to flooding and sewage overflows. Heat waves can cause roads to buckle, railway tracks to warp and power grids to overload. These disruptions to infrastructure can have cascading effects, disrupting transportation networks, causing widespread power outages and hindering economic activity. The costs of repairing and adapting infrastructure to withstand the impacts of climate change are staggering, presenting significant financial challenges for cities worldwide.
Section 6. Inequality in the urban jungle. Climate change acts as a threat multiplier, exacerbating existing social and economic inequalities in urban areas. Low-income communities and marginalized groups often bear the brunt of climate impacts. These communities are more likely to live in areas vulnerable to flooding, extreme heat, and poor air quality. They often lack access to resources and support systems needed to cope with climate-related disasters, making them more susceptible to displacement, health problems, and economic hardship. Addressing climate change in cities requires a focus on equity and justice. It demands solutions that prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable and ensure that the benefits of climate action are shared by all.
Section 7. Adapting and acting our urban future. The challenges posed by climate change are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. Cities around the world are rising to the occasion, implementing innovative solutions to mitigate their impact and adapt to a changing climate. From investing in renewable energy sources and energy-efficient buildings to expanding green spaces and improving public transportation, cities are taking steps to reduce their carbon footprint and enhance their resilience. They're implementing early warning systems for extreme weather events, retrofitting infrastructure to withstand climate impacts, and promoting sustainable urban planning practices. However, individual actions are also crucial. By embracing sustainable lifestyles, advocating for policy changes, and supporting organizations working on climate solutions, we can all contribute to creating more resilient and livable cities. Follow for more insights into the hidden impacts of climate change and join the conversation on how we can create a more sustainable future for our urban spaces.